Right folks, I'm here with my old mate Kyle Hartley, and he's just been showing me some very interesting top kit tips, I'm going to call them. First off, Kyle, you have found a very clever way of cleaning your smaller sections where your elastic runs.
I have, Tom. Obviously, as time goes on, when you buy a brand new pole and you put new elastic in your pole, the elastic works absolutely brilliant. The elastic comes out really nice, goes back in, never hangs out. But after a period of time, you obviously your top gets wet. A lot of people use sprays to keep the elastics lubricant, which is good on the day of the match or your day of your session. But once you put your top kits away and fold them away and then put them in your cases, next time you get them back out again, you pull your elastic out and they're dangling out the end again. So every couple of months what I do is get some of this stuff, which is like a camo leader that they sell in the carp side. It's actually a lead core leader that they what we do with is, and this is absolutely brilliant. So take any bushes out. Obviously I've got a big PTFE bush inside there, and then we just thread it all the way down. I have tried other things in the past, like diamond eye threaders with wool and stuff attached to it, but it really doesn't work as effective as this stuff. So what we do is we put it onto there, then I just put my foot on it, as so, very simple, and then just work the top number one up and down. And what it does, it cleans the whole inside of the top kit. So obviously when you're fishing, your elastic comes in and out your pole, any algae or anything that's sediment in the water actually attaches to your elastic, and then what it does, it sticks to the inside of your top, inside to your top one. So after you've spent a minute or so giving it a good clean inside the house, like I did the other day, and this is when bloody berserk hit me. So I'd give it a good clean, and usually what you find is if you do it on your kitchen floor, you end up with a pile of dust and soot on the floor. And then you have an absolute clean top kit. Obviously you'll not be able to see down that on film.
Should we try? It might not work.
We can try.
We can try. It's radical, this. We can see light coming out the other end.
Can you? Just.
Yeah, we can't really see much.
There's always light at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now that's dead clean, all dry, nice and clean. So then when you go to put your brand new elastic into your top kit, it will go in and out, lovely, and you're not hanging out your top kit at all. It's absolutely brilliant way of cleaning your top kit.
Perfect. And there's a couple of other things I just want to ask you about, mate.
Yeah.
Just with regard to your setup there, because I was opposite you at Messing the other day. You caught a lovely big net of silvers on that very kit, I believe. Now, first of all, you've got, I know what that is there. That's what I'd call a double bush setup. Just explain what that is and how you use it and why.
Now that's been around for quite a long time, and I think some of the manufacturers now actually do top kits with double bushes in. But I don't like some of the older style top kits that had like long number ones in.
Yep.
I've always liked my top kit to be really cut back real a long way, a big bush in the end, which then means your elastic works so much smoother. With a long number one in, I tend to find that sometimes your pole bends a little bit, but your elastic don't come out quite as well. So all I do is take the big PTFE, then I just put a small PTFE bush inside it, which then that also means my little Stomfo connector doesn't get caught or stuck back inside. Obviously you could use your Dacrons or crow's foot, whichever you like to use, but I just like the little old-fashioned connectors. Brilliant.
So yeah, so that basically lets you fish with a bigger bore in your top kit.
Just so that your elastic still comes out your pole, which I think is very important. I never like to look back at my pole roller when I'm fishing. I always like to be concentrating on my fishing and concentrate where my elastic is, and I always want to be looking out, you know, where the water is and reading where the fish is in my peg basically. So your elastic just comes out so much smoother, and yeah, brilliant.
Right, let's have a look at the other end. Of course, you've got a nifty little 2-bead connection on this end. Let's give you some surplus elastic, haven't you?
Yeah, so what I do is, what you need to do is get the right size beads for the right diameter elastic that you use. Now, there's two reasons why I use it. Is once you come back up to this end, all depends on what fish you're catching, but if you're catching like little small roach and perch and little skimmers, and all of a sudden you start catching bigger bream or tench, sometimes you need a stronger elastic in. Now, not everyone's got 30 top kits where they can just pick another top kit up and use a bigger rig or a bigger hook with a bigger elastic in. So it all depends on the stamp of fish that I'm catching. So what I do then is I just pull it through a little bit, pull the beads up like that, which then stiffens and strengthens the elastic. Yep. And then the elastic then comes a lot pingier.
Makes sense. So you basically added tension without actually trimming any
Trimming or doing
off.
anything, yeah. And obviously then if you need to, you can just slacken it back off, and you can have your elastic nice and supple again.
Brill. So, just to recap then on these tips, this is the camo lead core leader that Kyle uses for cleaning the number 2 or number 1 of his poles. The double bushes he's got in there, I think I recognise the blue, that's a Preston.
Yes, that's
isn't
just the Preston one. I think in that top kit it's like say a 4.2 and then it's a 2.8 or a 3 internal bush.
And that's a Preston connector as well.
Yeah, that's
isn't
just a Preston little connector.
And
yeah.
in this end, these beads here, now this is a 4 elastic, so you say you've got a...
Yeah, that's a number 4, and I think they're some Nash beads, Nash ones.
Okay,
yeah.
but
But you do have to match up with the size of elastic to the size of the beads. But also what I like is, because I've got this tag end of elastic as well,
Yeah.
is obviously when I do hook a fish, I can reach up to pull it, to tension my elastic when I get back to using on a puller kit.
Yeah.
And because I've got this excess elastic here, after a while, obviously elastic does, perish on the end. So all I need to do is pull it through a little bit, retie my Stonefo connector back on, and I've got fresh elastic in my pole all the time.
And you're good to go again.
And you're good to go.
Love it.
So yeah, brilliant.